Hi everyone. Today let's discuss why it's a bad idea to redesign the QWERTY keyboard, even though everybody knows it's counterintuitive. The answer lies in the fact as to how humans process knowledge, and knowledge is of two types. One is declarative knowledge, uh, and procedural or production knowledge. That is the second type, right? Declarative knowledge deals with the whys and what, and the primary purpose of declarative knowledge is how to solve new problems when they occur, and when they occur more frequently, what is the procedure to solve it in a strategic kind of fashion, right? Um, Example of declarative knowledge in work context are concepts, principles, and processes. Clark et al. 95. And procedural knowledge deals with how and then, as I mentioned. Procedural or production knowledge is a second type, as I mentioned, and it's characterized by unconscious, automated quality that makes that type of knowledge very rapid to access and efficient to express. Okay, so the benefit of procedural knowledge is that it's very efficient and it's highly accurate in the context where it was developed. And it is almost like your mind is in autopilot when you do that. It uses minimal resources of the mind. Okay, but the development, correction, or automation of production knowledge is very slow. And once automated, it cannot be unlearned or changed, must be circumvented. So you have to, it takes much more effort to unlearn it to so it basically it needs to be circumvented. Whatever you know, it develops very slowly, and it takes that much more effort to unlearn it as well. This is Anderson et al. 1983 and 1995, and it's part of the reason why the inefficient layout of keys on a computer keyboard has not changed, even though there is evidence that there are much better configurations of keys available. But the ingrained configuration, once it is changed in your mind, um, the automated procedural knowledge that is associated with it, that people have amassed over a period of time would also be lost, and that expertise that they've built to type like 60 words per second, words per minute, or like 100 words per minute, or whatever that crazy speed that you type, right? So that knowledge will be lost, that expertise would be lost, and that performance would be dropping to a level maybe a little better than the novice users. And in some cases it might be worse, because newer users sometimes pick up technology and newer knowledge a little faster than um, more expert experienced users. Okay. um, the purpose of this type of procedural knowledge in your mind is that we constantly try to free up our working memory, and so this is a mechanism in our mind to free up your working memory, so you can, things that you use often become procedural memory over a period of time. So declarative knowledge can later become procedural knowledge as well, which which would be interesting, right? So it depends on that's what we call expertise. So what is declarative knowledge to some users might be procedural knowledge to some others. So the reason why I mentioned this is because uh, the procedural knowledge is the reason why we are typically very careful about redesigning things that people are more accustomed to using, and in Norman's terms, using the knowledge in the world to design products and not try to reinvent the wheel, right? Um, what makes expert knowledge difficult to access is the fact that even the most advanced experts are largely unaware of the automated strategies that guide most of their problem solving. So, if you want to study that, it's that's one of the reasons why interviewing and contextual inquiries are that much more harder, because you have to understand the lower level processes in the mind for that to be clearly understood. One, and once you understand it, you build mental models which are uh, closer to the procedural knowledge in terms of how people accomplish things in the world, so that it doesn't tax on your cognition, right? So that's why hopefully it is clear to you that even though QWERTY keyboard is inefficient, we don't attempt to reinvent it. right? So hopefully that makes it clear, and hopefully you found it interesting. Thank you.